All right, here's one of the things we got going on today. Mike's Mustang. Yes, I know him and his son want to do a lot of stuff. We just want to make the car kind of a roller so we can get it off the lift and start using our lift. So we're putting all the front end components in. Everything is either new or has been restored. So it's everything in the front end of this car is going to be brand new, clean, real nice. Went from a 4-lug drum car, now it's going to be 5-lug with power disc brakes. We're also doing disc brakes in the rear, so it's going to be a nice car to drive. This we're putting a Borgson power steering unit in it versus the old Fords had the power steering that was just a piston on the drag link, which is just a horrible setup. So we're going with a different setup. It's a little more money, but it makes for a nicer driving car. And I know that June is going to be driving this car a lot, so power steering and those kind of creature comforts just make it a nicer ride. So that's what we're doing now. Just kind of mocking things up, get everything fit, and see where we're at, and put it together. And then we'll get Mike and his boy to come down here, and we'll do a motor and get all that stuff put in it. And our next thing after suspension is going to be the wiring. I have American Auto Wire aftermarket harness, but it is made for the early Mustangs. So it's an upgraded fuse panel, upgraded wiring. Everything's labeled. It's very easy to figure out. Even if there were a problem down the road and you had to figure something out, each wire says on it every 10 inches or so exactly where it goes. So it's so easy a caveman could do it. Pretty much. You still got to put it where it goes. I got the black for the hot rod black for the dash and the tail panel on this car. So we'll start moving right along on this. I know they're going to be happy to see it start taking shape, because up until this point we've been doing a lot of taking apart, a lot of cleaning up, a lot of painting, and the reassembly is really, to me anyway, it's kind of the most rewarding part, is when you start putting the car back together. So you got all this nice new clean stuff in there, and it almost makes you never want to get the car dirty. But I hope they do drive it. I hope they do get it dirty. Just wash it, it'll be fine. So we'll make a little more progress, and we'll get back to you shortly. Hey everybody, it's Saturday. We're down here at the shop again. Got Brett's Jeep. We went and picked up the chassis, which he has done a phenomenal job on. This Jeep is going to be more like a cruise night type of thing than anything else. He doesn't intend to get it all mudded up or anything. But we did the paint and body on it. He did the chassis and built a killer small block motor for it. This is, I've had built V8 Jeeps before, and they're a handful. So this one's going to be fun for him. Definitely going with different wheels and tires, because the offset's incorrect on them. But it'll be back because we got to do some graphics on it and button up a couple little things for him. But at least now he can get it wired, get his steering column in, get all that stuff done, and it's going to be fun. But
Hey, what's up YouTube? Behind the scenes Joe here. I've got Austin behind the camera, and Matt's out there working on his new little truck, and Jim's here going to be painting. It's Sunday, so trying to work on our own stuff a little bit. So this is my 1970 Coronet Superbee. So it has a carburetor problem, and I don't like carburetors. And a lot of people are not going to like this. Sorry, not sorry. I'm going to put a Holley Sniper EFI injection setup on it. EFI injection, so electronic fuel injection. Yeah. Anyways, it's like security group tags. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the carburetor, the distributor, the mechanical fuel pump off the side of the motor, put a block of plate on it, put an electronic fuel pump at the back, put a Hall's Effect sniper controlled distributor that will control its timing and make this car run like a sewing machine. It gives it ultimate drivability. It's great for when you just let your vehicle sit in the garage for 3, 6, 9 months, then you go out there and it fires right off. This thing, carburetor's a little wonky. If it sits for a week, it's next to impossible to get it to start. So instead of replacing the carburetor, I'm going to replace it with a Holley Sniper. So what we're going to do first is get the air cleaner off of it, take the carburetor off, take the distributor out, and then we'll get back with you. Alright, we're back. So we have the carburetor and the distributor off of the car. And so this is I don't know if I told you, this is a factory 383 4-speed pistol grip N96 air grabber car. That was numbers matching except for the carburetor. So the carburetor didn't matter anyways, so whatever. This is the kit. So Austin and I are about to install every bit of this. So this is the coil. This is the CDI box, the Sniper CDI box. This is the actual carburetor replacement. So it's a stealth, like it's a carburetor. So like your factory air filter and everything fits right back on it. But inside this, that's right, it's PFM, pure magic. So there are 4 injectors inside here, and you can't see them, but they're there. It's internally regulated at 59.5 psi coming in, so it regulates the fuel pressure. It also has the smarts, so the computer is built into this.
Schmorts.
The smarts.
The Schmorts.
The Schmorts.
Use the Schmorts, Luke.
Yeah, that's it. So the kit also came with the one that I ordered. It came with a frame-mounted fuel pump with all the brackets, line for a return line, all the fittings, both fuel filters, your pre-pump filter and your post-pump filter. O2 sensor came with it because it self-adjusts and self-tunes, and so it has to have that. It came with a water temperature sensor. Came with the display panel. This is how you program it. Okay, so it came with the, you can just clamp this onto the exhaust for the O2 sensor. We're gonna weld it on because that's kind of hokey. I'm not a big fan of using a rubber gasket on exhaust. It's kind of weird. And the distributor. So all of this is going to make this. Did you show them the display? Yeah, here's the display that you can either have mounting in the car because it will give you gauges, or you can put it in your glove compartment. Just pull it up and use it when you need to make a change. But it also came with all kinds of extra adapters. If you just wanted to use this, but you didn't want it to control your timing, that's a thing. If you want to use your, different coil, it has all the extra parts to make that happen. But this is the complete kit. It's going to make this car turnkey where you can actually drive it. And
one benefit that a lot of people don't have is right across the street we've got a company that does dyno tuning. So this is a complete self-learning system. So when it goes on the car, it learns everything after the first 200-300 miles. it knows your driving habits, it knows what that engine wants, it knows everything. But once it's on there, we'll still go through the drive cycle on the car, put a few hundred miles on it, and then put it over on the hub dyno, and they can fine tune it. So that's something that you can do with this Holley system as well, is it learns fine. You can buy it and put it on at home and drive to work the next day and you're fine. We want a little bit more power. So these guys are going to put it over there on the hub dyno and fine tune everything. We're going to do the same thing with the Terminator X-Max that's on the dually truck. So this is going to give you an increase in horsepower over the carburetor, despite what anybody tells you. It's going to give you an increase in horsepower simply because the fuel delivery and the management is so much more precise than a carburetor. And all of you guys know, I'm a carburetor guy. Joe's a carburetor guy. We like old stuff. However, something that you're going to drive more or less daily or even let sit for 30, 45 days, you can still go out in this car, turn the key, and it will run. Simple as that. We've had more trouble with this. Can we rebuild the carburetor? Absolutely. Can we buy a new carburetor and put it on there? Sure. But it's not the same. This is going to increase performance on this car, as did the disc brakes, as did the 17-inch wheels and tires. There's a lot of stuff we're going to mule this car with. And Joe's going to drive it like he stole it. So to make it like that, there'll be no hesitation. Like with a carburetor, you hear and off it goes. This won't have that. It just zero. Cold weather starts, hot weather starts, all kinds of stuff. This is just going to make it better. And again, despite what anybody might say, this is better. Okay, not original. Whatever, we're not going for originality. A lot of the cars that we have down here, we go for originality, but there's also an upgrade involved with all of that. This is a huge upgrade for this car, so pay attention. He's going to show you step by step how to do this. It's so simple a caveman could do it. It really is simple. Now, on the other hand, the Terminator, not so simple, because there's a lot, because that controls the transmission, it controls the engine, it controls the timing, it controls everything. So that one's a little more involved. Still fairly simple, but it's a little more involved. This is plug and play, get in it, drive the car, have fun.
But it also has the ability to go to that next step, and you can actually put a crank position sensor in it if you wanted to.
Right.
And it will control that. It will leverage that. So.
And
came with stickers.
2 different kinds of stickers. So when I was a kid, it was you always open the trunk lid. Inside of your trunk lid's where your stickers were. Some of the not so refined people, such as myself and Joe, would do it in the quarter glass. We don't want to do that.
No, I've gotten out of the sticker game.
Yeah. Well, my door, we've got
Yeah.
tons of stickers on the doors, but yeah, stickers on cars are not.
Yep. So stay tuned. What we're going to do right now is we are going to mount the Sniper, and we're going to figure out where the CDI and the coil can mount, where they make sense, where we can make the wiring disappear as best as possible. So give us a minute to put it on there and figure it out. We'll be right back with you.
And Joe just said he's going to mount that Sniper. That Sniper doesn't even see it coming.
Nice.
He roofied the Sniper.
God.
Okay, I'm priming.